All right, Michael, when you're ready. Oh, shit. Hello and welcome to the Crowvid 119 podcast. My name is Elvis, and joining me as usual is BP Crow.
Good evening, everyone.
And joining us over the interwebs, Dilsey.
Dilsey!
He's back. And we're coming to you live, Michael, from the Fulling Bunker. And Michael, this is the one?
Oh, there's so many options.
I know.
But this is the one where 50,000 lids are off.
It was a big
counting.
It was a big crowd, wasn't it?
And counting.
I think it's the loudest I've heard it in a long time. Like, everybody is getting on board blowing that lid off, aren't they? It's beautiful to see.
Dylan, that's the loudest I've heard you for a long time, to be honest, too. You were well on form.
I found myself just really angry because I don't want to get negative on the pod tonight, because I love those games where there's so much heat on it, so much adversity. Yeah, you're getting whacked in the first quarter, but to come back the way they did, that just shows you they are ready for finals heat. They're ready to step up. They're embracing it. But gee whiz, was that not one of the worst umpiring displays we've seen this year?
Yeah, it was pretty ordinary. And I guess we got a few points. I think the umpires are going to come up a little bit tonight throughout. Now, I did put it to you lads last week. I said after the showdown game, I did wonder if after the shorter break and playing in the conditions that we played with, I did ask you both, what would be the chance that we come out a bit flat? And I think that's kind of how we could probably surmise that first quarter. We were a little bit flat, and the pressure early was insane. So Curtin gave us a spark, though. I think it started with Dan Curtin. He was the one that gave us that spark in the first with his contested marking and his work rate. Dawson took over in the second. I think that's one of his best quarters at the club. The third was just simply a tussle where the Hawks kind of got back on top. And then the last was the Tex and Isaac show. So quite simply, I thought our defense was quite solid throughout. The intercept marking, the tackling, the spoiling was sensational. Yeah. And Phil kept popping up to keep the scoreboard ticking over. So in that first quarter, we were a bit fumbly. And it's funny because Kizadavo, he's a long-time listener to the pod, and I was chatting to him, and he said about how Peatling is often the barometer of our team. And he made a couple sort of simple mistakes early, fumbled the ball, bit of a turnover, which cost a score.
I actually think he was disposal-less at quarter time, and I think the two contributions he had cost us goals, I believe.
Yeah, which is pretty much like unlike us. So we were a bit fumbly. We missed tackles, and another one, Berry was missing tackles, which is a funny one because that's his thing. Like, that's his bread and butter. But having said that, you'd have to come to expect that when you've got a game with the top two pressure sides in the comp, because those tables will reverse pretty quickly come quarter time. And
go.
No, go, mate.
They just slaughtered us on the outside.
Yeah,
and it's one thing that's probably Nixie's going to have to get better control of as we move now. I mean, it's a hard one because we're going to play two sides that we expect to, at minimum, we're going to have a 10-goal win. But as that pressure steps up, we can't afford in finals to be getting absolutely torn on the outside like that, and not to put a stop to it. The one thing like this, and this might be a bit meaningless, but Hawthorn actually had far quicker ball movement all night, and especially through the corridor. They played on for 54% of the time from their 13 marks, while we were so stagnant, only at 25% from 24 through the corridor.
Yeah. But I think at times too, it's a deliberate ploy just to hold the game up a bit, because we try, especially around that half back, we stop and we switch it around before trying to get taking the game on, whereas Hawthorn are very much play on at all costs. Like they're that hard running, they try and run in a wave. They try and do a bit of the orange tsunami in their own way, and sort of run in waves. Speaking of quarter time, I just want to tip my cap for that quarter time address, because we didn't see it at the ground, but I went home and I rewatched the game, and at quarter time, and we talked about it last week in the coach's box, the calmness that Nixie has. And so I've just took a snippet of what, because he was questioned about because at quarter time he came out and he was calm, when realistically he had probably every right to rip him a new one. But this is what he said. He said, "We trust our playing group completely. So in that moment, there's no need for yelling and screaming." So there's quite a lot of mutual respect in the club between the boys, between the players and the coaching staff. And it's just that moment of like, hands up, and you go, okay, not our best start, but we know we can turn this around. Okay, we stick to our systems, we stick to our game plan. We will turn this around, gentlemen. And that's exactly what they did, because they come out in that second quarter firing. And that's where Dawson really took over with his 2 goals.
Yeah, he said. I noticed in his comments too. He said, "Can we just go back to playing the way that we want to play?"
Yeah,
and you're right. Because Prosciutto said the same thing this morning when I was on the drive to school. A lot of coaches would have just torn him a hole. Yeah. But it's that calmness, and it's it's the ability to adapt to this situation. And then, like you said, they've got a lot of trust within themselves and the playing groups, and that's hard to come by. And at the moment, you're seeing that play out on the field, which is it's special, right? And that's why we're top of the league.
Absolutely, yeah. Because again, after results went our way again, we actually are top of the league. So,
all right.
Can I just make a comment there? Fuck you, Collingwood. This could have been all wrapped up, sealed, delivered, whatever. Fuck you, Collingwood.
Well, here's the thing, Michael.
Don't care. Fuck you, Collingwood.
Now that we're going over the top with cussing, there are a chance of actually dropping out the top 4 if they're not.
I know. Who?
I
don't care. Fuck you, Collingwood. One job.
It's funny too, because they're facing a Hawks team that really can't afford to lose now on Thursday night either. This is a very desperate game of football, and I watched the Collingwood-Brisbane game, and I couldn't have been more disappointed with the top-line act. Brisbane, on the other hand, are like us. They're on the upward trajectory. So Collingwood, they're in no man's land right now.
Yeah, which is good to see. So that second quarter.
There you go. Continue.
6 goals here.
Just put my little segue. Just put my little mark on the pod, and I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Second quarter, 6 goals, 6 to no score. Absolute domination. Second quarter from Dawson, 7 possessions, 3 marks, 3 tackles, 2 goals. Just led the way. And I'll have to admit, though, when Filthy dropped that mark in the goal square, I dropped my head for a split second, and because immediately I went, "Oh, it's not going to be our night. It's not going to be our night, Michael.
Come on. It was laying on his neck, and he dropped it.
But he crumbed, and he slotted it, and we settled. Because all we needed was a couple just to settle. And then you've got Dawson's fists are pumping, and we're back on. We're back in this immediately.
Yeah, when he gets that strut on and he's got the face going, and it's like, "Oh, boys, here we go. We're on the journey," right? And they've arrived. Here's one. You're going to like this one, Jared, because we're going to talk about intercepts again. However, in the second quarter, we had the upper hand in the forward half of the game, winning 11 forward half intercepts.
Wow.
So we actually turned the game around on doing what we do best down back, but doing it higher up the ground. I think that's where we completely shifted the momentum. And when you think 6 goals, 6, was it? Gee, it could have been something very different, right?
Oh, definitely. It was good to see Dawson got a knock.
It should have been.
It should have been.
There were a few gimmies that they missed there.
Yeah, there was. Dawson got a nom for goal of the year. I mean, he won't get it with the goal, but that he kicked. But how good was it? He just had that little hesitation and then ran between players that are standing on the ground, and then slots it on his left as the player was coming to close him down. Just an absolute quality finish from a quality player. What have we got here? Now, the Hawks. I just want to talk about the Hawks for a minute. Now, there's a lot being said during the weekend. I'll be honest, the social media world has been a pretty vile place this week. And the sulking coming out of...
There's a lot of people sulking.
The sulking coming out of one of the Hawthorn podcasters ripping into us Crows fans, the Crows players, has been pretty. I found it pretty. What's the word?
Loserish.
No, it's not the word I want to use. It'll come to me. But the Hawks' attitude, they are so far up their own arse. They run to the crowd like early on in the game. They are running to the crowd instead of running to their own teammates to celebrate.
Yep.
They are so they're a team of champions.
Yep.
We are a champion team, and they went the early crow. And I'm talking fucking. Oh, there you got me cussing.
Don't blame me. My lid's off,
mate. The wizard, Mr. Watson. Mate, you know why he's so short? Because half his body is up his own arsehole. Like, this guy is... I don't know.
I can't figure it.
It's a moniker they gave him in the draft because he's so brilliant, apparently. But he scored a goal, and look, he's a decent player, don't get me wrong. But runs straight to the crowd, mouthing off at Crows fans. And it's like, what are you doing, mate? Like, I mean, be revved up, but celebrate with your lads. Do you know what I mean?
I could understand if it's the last quarter and they're really getting themselves ahead and it looks like they're going to get to victory. I get that, but to be doing it at the start of the, or midway through the first into the, it's phenomenal. You don't see it, and it's not something you teach your kids in junior grades either. It's they should have a real good hard look at themselves.
And then even I forget who it was exactly. I can't remember if it was Peatling. Or I can't remember who it was, but he tackled Carl Amon and they went over the boundary line, and Amon gets up and throws the ball at him. Like they behave like petulant little children.
Yeah.
Hollywood Hawks.
So well, they're not even Hollywood. Like, you've got to be
what they
to
call
be
themselves.
And I'm probably one of the few fans of the AFL who's not a Hawthorn supporter that actually likes Ginnivan. But I lost a bit of respect for him this week. Like, I don't mind that he went the early crow. I don't care that he flipped the bird at the crowd. I don't care about that sort of stuff.
I gave it to him as well, so that's all cool.
And that's fine, because I'll be honest, that's the most hostile crowd I've seen for a very long time.
Yeah,
But I think the interview at the airport, now, it's the dumbest freaking interview I think I've ever seen. And I think I don't know who the reporter is, but I think she could have handled it a lot better because she sounded a bit petulant, in my opinion, as well. But the way he responded, I would have had a lot more respect for him if he just said, well, you know what? I can be a bit overzealous at times, but with the abuse that I'm coming from the crowd, they deserve the bird. And that's all you have to say. And I would have gone, you know what, Ginny? Fair enough. But to sit there and sort of laugh and go, oh, you're just embarrassing. No, mate, you're embarrassing. You're embarrassing. You want to behave in a certain manner that draws attention to yourself. Then when you get called out on it, you actually need to step up and take ownership and just be a man about it. You know, like, be a man. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that one. But I had to address it because I actually like Ginnivan. But
I think we hear a lot about Sam Mitchell and the way he goes about it and the intelligence and the smarts and how good of a coach he is. Are you that good when the TikTok kids are out of control? There's a lot to be said about the TikTok kids at Hawthorn.
Hey? Yeah.
I like that.
That's what they are, though. They're out there shooting their, it used to be Vines or whatever it was, and now they're out there shooting their TikTok videos. No, but that's how they're carrying on, though. It's ridiculous. It's next time we get the phone out and actually filming themselves after they take a goal and posting it up on social media. Get over yourselves, boys. Just get on with the football. And I don't have a problem with Ginny flipping the bird. He was just letting us know, you guys are number one. You're number one. You fucking soul.
100%. I like that, Joe. That's a good flip on it. So I've got here the filthy goal for the Rankin assist. What are we talking? Is that quarter number 2 as well?
Second quarter.
Yep, quarter 2. Yep.
Well, that is one of the most beautiful pieces of play by Rankin I think I've ever seen. Now, he read that perfectly off the tap and played it back cleverly to the goal square. But the shenanigans that followed, the umpiring deal. This is another one I'm going to come. Because I said the umpiring. I'm going to move in and out of umpiring this for this week. But the shenanigans that followed would have been a really good opportunity for the umpires to stamp their authority on the game right there, pay a free kick for the bullshit that went on, and then you set here's my line. You know what I mean? Here's your line. Now, Rankin did. I don't know he did too much wrong. And tell me if I'm wrong. But I sort of like he's been grabbed from behind. He's just put the hand straight up to go, I'm not doing anything. He's been dumped. Tex has come in to try and remonstrate. He's been dumped. He's on the floor. You know, but it's just typical crybaby bullshit from the poos and wees. So, but honestly, what an amazing bit of play from Rankin. The pace that he had, there was no one else getting to that ball. And if he wasn't moving as quick as he was, that was just going through for a rush behind. So, massive tip of the cap.
And I think in those moments too, that's what we pay the money for.
Yeah.
Because they're moments that swing games, they change momentum, they win games of football, and we're only going to hope in the next 5 weeks that we're going to be seeing that on the grander stage of the ball.
Now, to Hawthorn's credit, twice they kicked 5 goals straight on us. In the first and the third quarters, they kicked 5 goals straight. I think we're the only team in the AFL yet this season to not have 6 goals kicked on us in a row. But twice Hawthorn did 5 in a row, which I'm not concerned, but I'm waving a little flag there that 5 is too many, in my opinion. And I know momentum is a big thing, but we just, at some point, if someone's got 3 in a row on you, we need to probably, that's when you want to change perhaps what you're doing, something, even if it's just subtly to try and stop that.
Yeah, you need to take the gusto out of their game, and you need to slow things down just really quickly, just take the pace out of it.
Yeah. Now, I've got here too, Ginny went early on the celebration. So third quarter, was it? He's over to the crowd. So again, up to the crowd, got his finger behind the ears going, what do you got? Now, again, if you're going to go the early crow,
you've got to make sure you win.
You've got to make sure you win, because otherwise you look like dickheads.
Yeah.
And then what happens, you have incidents where then you're getting stick because you've looked like a bit of a flog, and so you flip the bird, and then next minute you're getting a dumbass interview at the airport. So here's the quality. And I didn't know this, but I actually got it on video from my angle. Now, when Tex went back, now Michael, you've had a crack at Tex this year a few times about having a shot from outside 50.
Yes.
And I'll be honest, when he lined up for that goal and he was kicking it from outside 50, I held my breath.
Mm-hmm.
What a goal.
Beautiful.
And then he's walked over to the crowd and just put his fingers behind his ear.
That was at me.
That is how you play the game. That is how you play the game, Hawthorn. You wait until it is in line, and then you put your finger to the ear. Now, I had a bit of a chuckle today because the boys are, I think, Triple M. Is it Triple M with JB and Billy Brown?
Yes.
So they got Tex on the phone and it was like about how he put his finger up to his ear, but his ear was blocking his hand, so he put his other hand up, and then they couldn't see that hand either, so his teammates come over, and Tex is there, and he's like, before they even started, Tex goes, all right, I'm going to stop you there, but they kept going with it, and then they're having a bit of a chuckle, and then there's a bit of a pause, and Tex just goes, you're a bunch of wankers. Oh, man. Could we love this bloke anymore? It's so funny. Text line
is open. So this one is from Elijah. He's got a bit of maybe one message this evening.
Okay.
I loved everything about that performance.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get scared after a very dodgy start. I was confident we would get back into it and run over them. Dawson, surely a lock for all Australian captain now. The only competition for him in my eyes is Bont. Miller keeps on improving every week. Played very well, even after getting punched in the head. I missed that one.
Mm-hmm.
Almost had a heart attack when Worrell was on the ground on the half bank flank that I missed Ligo's goal. Okay, I missed that one too.
Mm-hmm.
A shame in all the highlight reels that his hard work in the lead up to the goal is unsighted. Hugh Brond was brilliant.
Yes, he was.
Come in and did his job fantastically. Dan Curtin, rising star, take it to the bank. Although less experienced than the 2017 side, I feel like this is a stronger and more even across the field. And this one is a little bit of an in-joke. It's aimed at me, and it said, "Hold me." Hold me. Because every time that these two gentlemen on the text line get a little bit excited, I say, "Hold me."
Yes.
And someone needs to hold me.
Now, when Sligo kicked that goal, did you see Dawson drop Sicily? He gave a bit of a shove and Sick Dog hit the ground, and he had a bit of a sook about it.
I missed a lot.
Yeah.
I was up and about. This was my showdown game,
mate. And then it's so funny. Then Hutto, the commentator that he is, he's just come up with this. He's just gone, because up comes Sicily, and he's having a big sook to Dawson, and Dawson's sort of gone, all right, mate. Like, come on now. Anyway, Hutto, Dawson and Sicily are not friends. Like, I laughed at that.
Is anybody friends with Sicily?
No, no one's friends with Sicily. No one's friends with Sicily. Sicily's dog doesn't like Sicily.
No.
Hutto's just got that really dry delivery at times, and it's just absolutely a perler. Now, umpiring again. The free kick against Keane for the second hold, the umpire said. So now, not only was that a ridiculous comment because they were both holding each other, but the umpire paid the second hold. So either you're holding or you're not. Lewis went on to take advantage and kick the ball towards goal. He hit the post, and then the umpire called it back.
Needed to be advantage.
It was advantage. Yeah. It should have been paid advantage. Now they called it back, and then because Keane's pointed at the goal, at the not the goal square, pointed at the big scoreboard, the umpire's paid 50 meters. Now, right then, that's when you take the football off of Gunston rather, and you give it to the umpire too, and you go, just kick it for him, ref, because you're already on the goal line anyway. You may as well just try and make it up, like just double it up. But here's the thing: 420 gamer, Scott Pendlebury, he's allowed to point to the scoreboard without any retribution whatsoever. So it's funny, if you're wearing the black and white, those rules don't apply. So I'm just calling umpires out for a bullshit double standard. Either it is a 50-meter penalty or it isn't, and if it is, paid every time. Now, last quarter, leading up to the one of Texas 2 goals in the last quarter, the composure of Rankin in that moment, because he was just playing for time, and he held the ball up perfectly. He feigned that he held the ball with one hand with his fist up, pretending he was trying to hand pass the ball between the defender's legs, moved back into space, sort of ran around a bit, and then just delivered that perfect short pass to Tex, who then goals from outside 50, Michael. That from Rankin was absolute class. Now, he's not in the play as much at the moment because, and I wonder if, I forget, I can't remember which one of you two lads mentioned it maybe a couple of weeks ago about perhaps we're just making sure we're taking care of his body in the lead up to finals, because he's not playing as many midfield minutes. He's playing more that high half forward, and it possibly is because Rochelle's out as well at the moment. But man, he's a smart footballer. He's an absolutely clever footballer.
It's probably one of the most pleasing things about this win is, Rash isn't even there.
No.
Here's one for you. How does Rash get back on the side?
Well, we've got a few third-string players that will make way. I think you've got Chase Jones. You've got, sadly, Cook is on the chopping block now after his mare.
You're right. Cookie's just not up to it this year, is he?
God. Well, I mean, he showed glimpses the last couple of weeks, and then last game he didn't have a touch.
He was lost. Remember that quarter I said to you, he's lost. He just doesn't look like he knows where he's even supposed to be on the ground. He was all over the place.
Like, just insane. And while I'm giving shout-outs, I've got my own shout-out to Bondi. Now, he's not a pretty footballer, but he is tough, and he's a smart defender, and he tackles like an absolute champ.
Yep.
Now, when Michaelani went down, that was my go-to straight away. Well, Bondi walks into the team, because, Jill, we don't even have Michaelani in the team yet either.
Nope.
So we're losing Rash and Michaelani at the moment.
Yep.
Who are both walk-up starts. So the fact that Bondi can come in and pick up where Michaelani left off. Now, he kept Dylan Moore to probably, 12 or 13 possessions. He was really, I mean, he got an early goal, like a scrubber early goal, but really his game was pretty, he had very little influence on the game, is what I'm trying to say. For a player who's been getting, probably averaging between 20 and 25 possessions this past 6 weeks, he's been really instrumental for Hawthorn.
Yep.
I thought Bondi's game on Dylan Moore, he deserved votes in the immunity medal, and when we get to the immunity medal, I'm curious to see where the cards fall, because it's a bloody difficult night to give votes out.
I'm just going to jump in and finish off the text line. This one from BC. I'm most excited about our spread of great players across the games. Yes, the cream rises to the top every week. But last week we were lauding Saligo and Berry, and this week it's Bond and Miller. Mm-hmm. They looked primed and ready to go.
Oh, I love the Miller love.
And with the calm head of Nix at quarter time, leading them, unlike the excitement coming out of Michael's mouth. I feel that was attacked at me.
I feel like that might have been a little dig.
And then Elijah sent through the picture of Nix holding the phone. Rankin holding the phone with with the Hawks calling and then Texas ear.
Yeah. Can I ask you both a question? The tweet that the AFL sent out,
Hated it.
what were your thoughts?
Haven't they got enough problems to be worrying about?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, good call, Michael. Yeah.
So it tells me either way, someone has this shit ready to go.
Oh, of course they did. They said we better get something prepared because they were called out for doing it when Hawthorn beat us and that.
Universally called out, on my ad.
Yeah, so horseshit game in Tasmania, we got beat, and that was the AFL's response to that game. Like, I mean, can we beat any more VFL? Now, I got called out a little bit on Twitter because I sort of said I can't. For me, this is absolute complete suck-ass bullshit by the AFL because they got called out massively when they made that post on Hawthorn's behalf. It was Ginnivan, wasn't it? In the image, yeah. So a little poster boy for petulance. Now, for them to do that and throw Rankin in, if I was at Rankin, I'd not be too pleased about that.
No, I didn't like it.
So I didn't like that look because we're not about that. We're not about, hey, look at us. And you only have to listen to Dawson after the game. Man, he is so humble. Like, honestly, Dawson, he is so humble. He is the exact leader that we want. What a star. And we are so lucky to have him. Like, I'm incredibly grateful that we managed to snag him when we did from Sydney because he has been instrumental in the change to the culture and the values and how we play the game of football. I just want to shout out to Dawson.
He was awkward and embarrassed when they made the announcement of him signing on.
Yes.
He was awkward. He was almost like, yeah, that's great, guys, but this isn't about me. This is about us. And he wanted to move away from it straight away, which goes to show the leader that he is.
All have been.
Yeah. It is. I'm so grateful to have Dawson. What a star.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Now, getting towards the end of the game, there was a bit of an interesting moment, which again we copped a bit of heat for because people were sort of booing Will Day. Now, I love Will Day, and I am incredibly worried about this young man's career because he is an exceptional talent and he just cannot get his body right. But on the night, it did look like he had cramp. He looked like he was cramping up.
No, they said he did have cramp.
Well, because he was getting massaged before that. Now,
yeah, he had a cramp.
Where has been the flick of the switch now that if there's a player injured, regardless, we stop the game? That is not how we play the game. Now, if it's a head knock, it's not. If it's a head knock, no worries, stop the game, make sure he's okay, get the stretch if need, blah, blah, blah. But if someone's injured, unless it's like right where the ball is, you need to hold it up to get him out of the way type thing, or someone's got a broken leg or something, we don't stop games for ACLs. We don't stop games for...
He was some distance off the stoppage. It was ridiculous.
Someone was on.
It's 50 metres away. Like when, what's his face from St Kilda dislocated his elbow. They didn't stop the game. Nope. He wrapped his arm up in his jersey and he got himself off. Now,
because the doctor was on.
There was a fair bit of shit. Okay, there's a fair... Yeah, but that was just a physio.
Yeah, but that he classifies...
fuck that. That's horseshit. Now...
Yeah, that's the answer.
Listening to the... Okay, let's take it from two legends of the game. So listening to the replay, Dunstall, you can't stop the game for cramp. There's something wrong with that rule. Just because he's in the hands of a trainer doesn't mean you stop the game. And Gary Lyon replies, that is open to manipulation all day long. Because that is exactly, if this is what we're going to be allowed to do, it is going to be open to manipulation because any little bit of leeway...
You just put physio on you.
Okay, they take... Mate, you give an inch and they will take that proverbial mile. That's how
it's not that to it. Like when there's, it stops momentum, it stops the game, it stops whatever happened at that point in time. And like you said, teams will take the proverbial now if that's the way we're going to play it, and the game will get stopped all the time.
Because, you know what? Crows, we've had 4 goals kicked against us. All right, Beza, quick, just pull up with cramp, bro. Just pull up with cramp. We'll send the physio, just stop the game. Like, no, right? It is a fast-moving game. Everything else they're trying to do is to speed up the game, except if someone's got cramp. No. And you know what? To be honest, cramp's not an injury. Cramp is not an injury. Okay? It is an issue with the work in your body. I'm trying to get the word now. I'm sorry. I apologise. I'm dead set crook. Well, I'm just hanging by a thread.
It's being manipulated already because Hawthorn sent the physio out.
It's absolutely crazy.
They're manipulating it.
Now, Dylan.
Yes.
It goes without saying on the night you were pretty filthy with a lot of the umpiring, and I don't want to single you out because it was quite clear from the crowd. But I did some homework for you because on the night I can't remember exactly the words you were using, but it might have had. It was something to do with the Cheetahs, and we're playing against 22. Now, Dylan, I
said, rise above the Cheetahs was my chorus for the night.
Thank you.
Rise above the Cheetahs. Because I'm always about rise above hate, but we're rising above Cheetahs. Yep. That's what we did.
Now, Dylan,
and I don't know whether you got this stat, Jared, but please tell me if you did. How many goals did they score from free kicks inside the 50?
So Hawthorn received 7 free kicks inside 50. One of those 7 was a 50-metre penalty that was given to Gunston.
Yep.
And they kicked 4 goals too from those 7 free kicks. Okay. Now, the Crows, we had 2 free kicks within 50. One of those was also a 50-metre penalty, which was the one that went to Rankin, which caused a lot of uproar because they said it was touched, but the umpire paid the mark. So if the umpire paid the mark, it doesn't matter if it was touched by your fingertip. The fact of the matter is, Sicily ran about 3 metres over the mark, and I know Rankin looked like he was trying to play on, but the umpire had not called play on. And I mean, was it Fogarty too? And there was 2 50-metre play.
Yeah, there was a dodgy one they gave to us when he was only trying to run around the mark and get down the other side, and they paid it. Which we don't pay that anymore. It's a joke, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think there was a high free kick maybe in the second quarter that we got, and we scored a goal from, and then we had the 50-metre penalty to Rankin, and we scored 2 goals from both of those. So we had 2 free kicks, including the 50, which resulted in 2 goals. Hawthorn had 7 free kicks, resulting in 4 goals too. And Dylan, those 7 free kicks pretty much all came from quarters 3 and 4, which was, and you were saying it quite vocally, they're trying to get Hawthorn back in the game.
Yep.
Now, the part that made me laugh is when Sicily was arguing the point. Sicily's actually a bit of a whinging little bitch, isn't he? Like, he's a good player. And,
yeah.
Oh, God. He's saying to the umpire, you do realise it's loud. That was his argument for being 3 metres over the mark and not listening to the umpire tell him to come back off the mark. You do realise it's loud. No shit, buddy, when there's 50,600 fans yelling and screaming and carrying on. You know what? I don't give a shit if it's loud, mate. You know the rules, do better. You're the captain of the club. Step up for your young. Step up for the youth. Set the examples. Like, if that's the example you're setting, goodness me. Now, one other thing too, I want to talk about umpiring. Sorry, I'm on a roll here, but I've got so many notes, man. Berry, the tackle on Will Day, absolute stiff.
Yes.
All right. So Berry tackles Will Day. Will Day gets both arms up, elects to hang on to the ball, and Berry swings him round and puts him to the ground. His arms are free, yet he chose to hold on to the ball rather than get rid of it. The umpire, dangerous tackle. No, my friend. He had the choice to get rid of the ball. He's got both arms free that he can protect himself. He chose not to. That is holding the ball. But instead, hashtag it, free kick Hawthorn. And it was free kick Hawthorn a fair bit of the night.
They've acted like he either picked him up and dumped him or sling tackle. It was nowhere near that. It's ridiculous.
But what I will say, what an exceptional night. I don't remember the last time we had over 50,000 that wasn't a showdown. Well done to all the Crows fans and the Hawks fans who showed up on the night, on a Friday night. That just shows you we don't need a Carlton or an Essendon every Friday night to draw a crowd and have a good game of football. Yep. Because guess what we're watching again this Friday night? Fucking Essendon. Like, seriously, how many more times do we need to see the Dons in prime time?
Yeah, they've stuffed it
well done to everyone that went out to Footy Park, Adelaide Oval.
Wow, you are on fire tonight.
I know. I'm sorry. My brain is foggy.
Yeah, I think the most pleasing thing is when you actually turned around or got up out your seat, how many people were up and about, and we haven't seen those scenes for so long. People are starting to really feed off of this now. They can feel it.
Yeah.
They can feel it. It's coming, boys. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It is, and one thing I reckon, I don't think the whole AFL yet is taking the Crows seriously. I really don't.
Well,
I think there's a few people that's starting to. Matty Lloyd is one of our biggest fans.
I've noticed that.
The telecast said Crows are top, but Collingwood is still top.
Yeah. What a wanker.
The game hadn't even started yet.
Yeah. Collingwood is still top.
Collingwood is still top.
Are they, mate? God.
The best part was the last 45 seconds for mine, when it was done and dusted and everyone, I don't know about your spot, but everyone around us just got up and it was going off our tip. like just yelling out shit. Just it was
And can I put it to you guys too? Because on the night, I was very calm all night. Even when we went in at quarter time, I think we desperately needed that goal from Fogarty because it was against the whole play of the whole quarter. We were under the pump, but I had every faith that we were going to come out and respond in that second quarter.
I had every faith.
Even when we felt we were going to go on to win.
Virgo, he's got it trained into them.
Deal?
Yeah. I was never concerned about us losing. I just find that really, I hate it when you get jumped like that.
Yeah.
I try to train that out of my kids too, that if we get the first 2 or 3, just hold up for a sec, get control and think about it, and now let's go again. But we did not. That just worries me sometimes when you think about that, because it's finals football's a funny thing. But what we did show was the footy was elite. The pressure was sky high. It was finals football, and we've showed everyone. That we're more than capable of doing what we need to do, even if we go behind. So look out.
And I think the reality of finals football too, because we're playing, and this is what I've loved, and this past sort of, including the Collingwood coming up, but this 6-week period, we were playing all the teams around us who are either vying for a top 4 spot or trying to keep themselves in the finals race. So that's all high stakes footy, and we've earned those wins. And so I think we're in a position now where I sit back and I'm quietly confident, because I know that with the game of footy and the teams we're playing, there are going to be times where the momentum is wrestled away from you and you're going to have some goals kicked against you.
Yep.
It's how you respond. It's then going back to your systems. It's setting yourselves up correctly to try and to stem the tide and then punch on the counter. And I think in the last 12 months in particular, Nixie's worked really hard on that now. So the comment you made earlier, Dylan, about how we didn't play on a lot from our free kicks, I think a lot of that too, well, I think what part of that stems to is the fact that we do hold the play up when we need to at times. We do tend to chip around our halfback line to try and find the line break, or that little burst through the middle where suddenly a Saligo comes through or a Peatling comes through and you get the quick hand, or Miller or Blake the line, or that sort of thing. So I feel like we're much more controlled. And although I don't think we got it quite right against Port, we didn't quite get it right against the Bulldogs, we still managed to walk out with wins, but we were learning to finish games off and just hold games up when we need. Because come September, we're going to have to control games at times.
Yep.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Well, is there any other dot points on the game, boys, that you've got? Because
I've been very critical of this man, and I'm very impressed. And that's Riley O'Brien.
Yes.
He's almost right now just unstoppable, isn't he? He's taken him out of the ruck. He almost struts away with it too. Like he's so powerful. He has all this momentum. But gee, he's playing some bloody good football at the moment, Riley. I couldn't be happier with him, right?
Absolutely. I'm pleased that he's signed on. He's got his 3-year extension. So we can focus now on what his backup's going to be.
Just got another shout out to Dino. So the Neil Bullen curse: 18 disposals, 9 score involvements, 5 tackles. Dino, are you listening?
It's playing the machine because he kicked those 2 behinds first, and then it got to the 3rd shot, and I think you turned around to the old man, you're like, don't bloody say anything, and then he finally stops it.
Yeah,
and Dad's like, hey.
But that's a player too right now that's building. We bought him in. He's gonna have a huge say on the back end of the year because that's why he's there. You can't win flags without people like Neil Bullen being the connection point, and the other one is Miller. I know we spoke about him quickly before, but he's so crucial now off that half back launching. I mean, 19 touches, 90% disposal efficiency, 6 marks, and 348 meters gained.
And I'd love to know what his contested marks are too, because he beats players. Like he outmarks players. He holds the space. A lot of the time too, it's a chest mark that he's outmarking with. Yep. But he holds them in front. He holds it and he takes the chest mark in behind him. Like he's such a clever footballer. He's such a smart footballer. I love watching him play. He's honestly one of my faves. I hope he goes on and plays another 100 games. Now,
this team would be so exciting to be a part of because it's just and I think coming back too made a huge difference to this side. Even though his stats don't, but he's so calm when he's going end to end, and he just holds that structure within himself. It's honestly almost feel like I just want these next 3 weeks done. Let's just get there and get this on with, because we're ready, aren't we? Like, we're just ready.
Yep.
And I almost feel like the whole West Coast North Irwin thing takes a little bit of wind from out underneath the wings a little bit too. I feel like if we were starting finals footy right now, not that I'm concerned, but I just want it to begin. I want that moment. I want us to embrace it and just really run with this at home, man. I can see something special happening here.
Yeah. Well, Michael, immunity medal.
We do.
Now, I've got a bit of a confession to make.
You didn't vote.
No, I voted.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, I voted twice.
Cheater.
Now, I know.
Void.
No, listen, it's a bit naughty.
Where's security?
It's a bit naughty, but hear me out, right? Now, I walked back to my car and I sat down, and I've got two confessions to make. Now, I walked back to my car,
and integrity is now ruined.
I sent out the voting thing to everyone else, and I did my votes.
No, it's got to be a fine for this, surely.
Now, now I voted Dawson with my 3 votes. I put Worrell 2 and Keane 1. Now, when I went home and then I rewatched the game the next day, I actually went Dawson 3, Keane 2, and I gave the 1 vote to Curtin, because Worrell played a good game, don't get me wrong, but a lot of his kicks were sort of big rush kicks. He's ranging left foot around the corner from deep in our forward 50, and he kept kicking the ball to Sicily. I would love to know how many marks. Actually, if you've got the stats there, I'd love to know how many marks Sicily got in the night, but I feel like he's one of those players like your Tom Stewart or your Leah that we just love kicking the ball to, and I feel like he must have had a dozen marks by 3/4 time almost.
Yeah. Well, he had 11 all game. So majority of them came off of his boot.
I reckon, yeah. So in the end, I thought I think Daniel. I mean, there's a bit of bromance going on with me and Daniel. Not that Daniel Curtin has any part of this bromance. I'm just going to throw that out there, but he's just my favourite player at the moment. He's brilliant. I love him. I think he's going to be an absolute star. Someone tweeted out today about how he could be the next Montempelli, and I just replied to that, said I think he'll be better. Like, honestly, this kid could be freaking anything, man.
Yeah,
like,
I think it's time they review the contracts, add a few more dollars to it, and just extend it out.
I agree.
He's going to be a hot commodity moving forward. Yeah.
Yeah, give him more money, because he's better than from my perspective, he's better than Montempelli, because he actually takes contested marks.
Yeah.
And he's starting this is only his second year, guys. It's only his second season.
Is Dawson not firming up for the Brownlow yet?
I still think Nick Dacos gets it, because he plays for the right team. And why? Because the umpires love him. I don't know. He runs around. He gets 35. And here's what I will say though: Dawson never gets 30 possessions. Right? He is your 22 to 25 possessions. But I would argue he's a much more damaging.
You look at Dawson's game: 21 disposals, 2 goals, 12 tackles. I mean, honestly, in a high-pressure game of football, Nick Dacos doesn't deliver that.
No, I think Dawson's going to give him a good run for his money. And I hope, with every ounce of my being, that Dawson does win it. I still think Dacos will get it because the name. And he's just the pin-up love child for the AFL.
Shit, isn't it?
Yeah. So immunity medal, Michael, though.
Yeah.
What was the results?
Now the compromise Crowvid immunity medal.
Just come on now.
So this is the last week we're doing it, because Armagard will now have to take over. So thank you those who've contributed.
Contributed twice.
We did. We had a personal record.
Hey, PB.
But you ruled that.
I didn't.
You did too. So now it's an equal PB.
What I did is I rang Xander and said, "Hey, bud, who are your votes?" He said, "Nah, Worrell kept kicking it to Sicily. Take him out, Dad." I said,
Stop.
"Yeah, fair."
Compromise, ruined.
So putting an asterisk next to Dawson's medal.
No.
If that was the case, Jared, you should have mentioned it at the beginning and not 2 minutes into the segment.
Thank you. Phil Thorpe 1, Worrell 2, Dawson 3.
Phil Thorpe 1.
Yep.
Okay. Because he had 4 on the night, did he? 4 goals. He had a good game.
Yeah, he had 4. He had a very good game. Yeah, he was good.
Yeah.
Yep. I had Dawson, Malera, O'Brien.
Oh, nice. Yep.
Yeah.
Did you vote twice too?
I didn't even vote. I'm
All
just
right.
telling you. I actually didn't even vote again.
Oh, come on, Dilsey. You got to get in, mate. Every week I'm sending it to the group chat for you to do it, bro.
Doesn't mean you've got to keep doing it though.
So maybe I did one for Dylan.
You're lucky I even rock up.
Well, you were 7 minutes late.
Now, boys, I said I've got two confessions to make. The other one, in other news, Dylan, I've upgraded to gold.
Yeah, get on.
And Gil, it's funny. I had this long-winded one-way conversation with the Machino Sunday night.
Yep.
Saying about how last time, in a nutshell, in 2017, he let me down, and he's going to have to upgrade his ticket. And he agreed. And then I went and found the link, and it says allocation exhausted.
Oh.
And I was like, shit! After all that, bloody hell, Dad. And he goes, that's all right, we'll work it out. And I go, well, Dylan's got 2 tickets, so we'll have to tell Cash he's not allowed to go if
I
we
got
make
4
it.
tickets. Oh!
Machino was in.
Mate, you try and wrestle it out of Cass or the boys' hands. Good luck. Good luck. You know what? I'll tell you this, right? I was supposed to take the boys to a Big G game this year, and we didn't because of Bali.
Yep.
And
you
I don't want to
put
the knockers on it, but the boys are already saying, Dad, can you imagine if our first game at the G's might be the Crows in a granny with 100,000 people? Wow. It's spine-tingling shit.
That's funny you say that, because Harry said the exact same thing.
How good would it be?
So the hate dog's coming.
Now, gentlemen, we got a shout out during the week. We got some correspondence. This is from
the Twitter line.
Not quite.
No.
This is from. This did come through Twitter, but this is not the Twitterverse just yet. But we've got some correspondence. Now, this is from Tyson J. Jamison, and he tweeted us during the week, going, "I didn't even realize I've been listening to your podcast for ages, but I hadn't given you guys a follow." Now, he tweeted out at Crowvid, "Congrats, guys, on 100 episodes." He said, "Great episode as per usual." And he also helped me out because it was rash kicking on his right foot to Keys in the Sydney game. Because remember I said last week I was talking about that moment, and I said I couldn't remember if it was Keys exactly, and then I got it through. So he just reinforced that. And I said, yes, mate, can picture it now. Thanks for the shout out. Pretty happy to reach the ton. And he responded to that. He said, and this is where the big one is. He said, brilliant play. He goes, but 19 episodes to go for the real achievement. So, Michael, when we get to episode 119, we are going to have to, I'm working hard to get someone on the pod. We're going to have to get someone for the big one, for episode 119. Now, that's going to be in season 2026. But next year, I'll do some work in the off season of we'll try and get a name for, because who would have thought we would have lasted to 119 episodes when we started this one?
Who would have thought?
So in season 2026, we'll put the count on to count down to the big game, to the big episode, but we'll have to try and get someone on to support us on the night. So maybe, Dylan, next time you get to take your boys out to one of the training days, we'll have to start sending business cards out to all the players going, give us a call. Give us a call.
It's a shame. It's a shame that Cass's Uncle Bob isn't inside the inner sanctum anymore, because it just would have been such easy access, right? He would have hooked it right up for you too. Yeah, it's a big shame, man. Well. Yeah.
All right. Well, Michael, Twitterverse.
Why do you ask me when the app's closed?
You literally just had it open in your hand. All right, here we go. First tweet, so much growth. Jake Source is back at Jake Thomas B1. This team has grown so much this season. Down 30-odd and still to pull it back, massive. Then great defense late and continued to play attacking football at last. Tex, clutch. Dawson, Rankin, was keen, stars. Rob, huge, Dylan. Curtin, inside mid, just stay. And how good was it again to see Curtin playing as an inside mid at the centre bounces too?
Yeah.
Loving it. A deer with no eyes. Jadalate.
No idea?
This game has told me I have no idea what holding the ball is.
So I did that?
I see what you did.
Yeah,
see what I did there?
Yeah.
Every old kid too. Now, this is Steve W80, so at Steve Waity. As great it has been seeing people wear the great club numbers of 23 and 32 on their Guernseys over the years, it's going to be epic seeing the mighty number 6 worn proudly again. Every young kid and old kid is going to want Dan the Man's number. He's just a star, gentlemen.
He's a cult-like figure.
He is indeed. Bondy shout-out. So Albert and Crow, huge shout-out to Hugh Bond. Dylan Moore always kills us. Gave him an absolute bath tonight. Now, Beltway responded to that too. Him, Berry, and Miller were the most impressive. That's what Beltway said. They were the most impressive players for him. The latter two's improvement is a huge part of our current success, and you can see Bond in that too. I agree, Beltway. Right, matured. Katie Marie is back. That response from quarter time just shows how much this group has matured. Think we're witnessing something special here. You beauty. It ain't easy. Now, Tyson is back. Beating Hawthorn isn't easy. We've always been shit against them. But to come out firing after the first quarter is exceptional. Yeah, it is true. To come out firing after the first quarter is exceptional. Fuck off, guinea pig. Fly away.
Do you know, for my memory, this was our first home game that we won at Adelaide Oval against Hawthorn.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I've got a tweet here that I reckon Senzu Bean tweeted out, which is our win-loss record against all the teams. So I'll have a look in a moment when it pops up. All Australian form. Now, Sam Crow has tweeted out, if Worrell isn't all Australian this year, there is something seriously wrong. There is no better intercept defender in the comp, and any of the 18 clubs would desperately take him. He was unbelievable tonight. If we don't win if he's not playing. He is huge. His marking is insane. The way he reads the ball is insane. He is, oh man, God damn, we bat deep at the moment. The balance of this team, God, we stay fit, boys. I'm telling you.
It is on.
Test completed. Cam Marr. Big Cam has tweeted in. Big test for the Sax man tonight, Michael.
Oh,
let's keep the streak alive.
He was elite. not on my scoreboard, but he was elite.
The streak lives on, though, gentlemen. The streak lives on. Ouch. Sam Crow's back. Anyone who has called for Tex to retire, punch yourself in the dick.
Punch yourself in the dick.
Yeah, Johnny's worried just thinking that. I've punched myself multiple times tonight.
That's awesome.
It's tough being a Roo supporter. Have a listen to this tweet, boys.
Oh, no, this is brutal.
Now, this is
this one.
So Toby's sent this out. Now, you can follow him at Shay Maxi Guy. Now, he says Crows were the best team in the league. Fell off, finished last, rebuilt, and now the best team in the competition again. And all in the same time that North Melbourne never finished above 15th. Imagine being a Roo supporter.
You'd be livid.
Like, we went from being almost top of the perch to getting heavily smacked off, to being the lowest of the low, to going through what felt like an eternity of a shit rebuild, and now we're one of the best teams again. Hey, Dylan.
Bit lower, Dill.
Dillsy.
Can you see him properly? You can't, can you?
Nah, it's only half his face.
Fucking hell.
We're filming this too, just so you know.
Now, a different perspective. So, I think it's Katie Marie's back. Have a listen to this, boys. Football is so much better when you're worrying about ladder predictions rather than who you're going to take with your first pick.
Oh, amen.
How good a tweet is that? That
Good
nearly
tweet.
got tweet of the week. She only just got beat by someone actually you know, gentlemen, both of you. Now, I've got one more. Great odds. And, of course, I shut the shit down. Okay, here we go. Captain Keys. Anyone want to guess how much the Crows are paying? Not that we, promoting gambling, but anyone want to guess how much the Crows are paying to be minor premierships at the moment?
$1.19.
Dylan?
Right now? Oh,
yeah.
Wow. That probably still about $3.
No, mate. Michael, you nailed it. It is $1.19. And Captain Keys tweets out, I like those odds. That one had to make the podcast. Come on, boys. Yeah. Now, Crowvid Listener of the Week. Now, like I said, you both know him.
You haven't picked yourself, have you? It's not like doing 2 votes, is it?
Why would I? You know what? Fuck you! I should find one of my tweets. No, this is the great man C. Now, Happy Gilmore 2's just come out.
It's really good.
And this is good. It is bloody good. Now listen to this tweet. Happy Gilmore 2 needed a Josh Worrell cameo. Now you got to picture this in Happy's voice. Gold jacket, green jacket. Who gives a shit?
Not even close.
He would have to be neck and neck with Dawson for the gold jacket and a lock for All Australian, which is the green jacket.
Why'd you stop the accent?
Because that one line was the part that Happy says, "Shut up, Michael." He says dresses and looks like Happy's OG caddy as well. So he's having a bit of a dig at was there with how he's dressing. But Seedsman, could you find a better response? Could you find a better movie reference at the moment? Gold jacket, green jacket. Who gives a shit? He was just looking for the big check. That's all Happy was after. For that, Seedsman, because we love your work, because you are Adelaide Crows through and through, you are the Crowvid Listener of the Week. Get around the seed, boys.
I'm glad he's listening too.
He will be a new listener. As a matter of fact, we're going to get him on there for episode 119. Watch this space. Right, gentlemen, the week ahead. So, Dylan, got a picture there with your lads with DC? DC6? Look at that face.
I actually love that photo.
It's a great photo.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking roaster too, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's. I remember that. I remember that day clearly. Ben Keys, you're a douche. But Dan Curtin just made the day.
No, I've tried.
Made the day for mine. I reckon if you chase Dan, I reckon he might come on the Crowvid, mate.
See what I can do.
I'll be
all right, boys. So
Week
ahead, there's an absolute blockbuster Thursday night.
Oh, I'm picking Carlton.
And I'd say what Carlton tried hard on the weekend. No.
Oh, are you at that point where you got to twist the farm?
All I've got. It is all we've got for Carlton at the moment.
My anchor rule that was not gamble responsibly was Fremantle, and I remember sitting there at quarter time going, "What the fuck is Fremantle doing?"
Now, Thursday night, Hawthorn versus Collingwood in an absolute 6-pointer now for both, 8-pointer now for both teams, rather.
Yep.
Can the Hawks bounce back and beat the hapless Pies, or are the Pies due for a get-right game?
No, I reckon the Pies are done, mate.
I was thinking that too until I started looking into the whole Will Day thing again, because when Will Day went missing last time, Hawthorn go the other way. I'm not so convinced anymore that this is a Hawks game. I think Collingwood gets it done.
Yeah, I'm taking Collingwood too for the exact same reason. Now that Will Day is out, they just grow that third testicle, I think, when Will Day's in the team. He makes them so much better.
Yeah.
Because he takes the best midfielder too. So, and he's such a quality footballer. I am not with a huge amount of confidence, but I am going to take the Pies on Thursday night. Friday night, absolute blockbuster. I reckon Cats are probably, they are paying $1.01, so get around them. At Alphabet Stadium, Geelong versus Essendon. How many goals, let's make it more fun. How many goals is Cameron going to kick?
12.
12?
Yeah.
Michael?
I'm going to say 13. And I'm also going to play my Elvis card and say 15.
Well, I'm going to split the difference. I'm going to say he's going to kick 14. So there you go. The early game on Saturday, Richmond versus St Kilda.
Wow. Awesome. What a snooze fest.
You what? You're a smoky. Richmond at the G?
St Kilda for mine. They're finishing the year strongly.
Yeah, they're working hard, aren't they?
Yeah.
And Ross Lyon looks pretty relaxed in the box. He's having a bit of fun. So it's probably not a bad place to be at the moment at St Kilda, considering where they're at.
Did you see Nazai's interview after the game?
I did not.
He's gone. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah. I felt
Well,
sorry for him because why put him in that moment and situation? Because what do you expect him to tell you? That, I'm staying with St Kilda, love the playing group, love the guys.
What did he say?
It was just an awkward interview, and it goes back to, that's my manager, and he's talking, and it's he doesn't know what to say. He hasn't been skilled very well. It was an awkward interview. How do you play with that pressure behind you? And it's just like, oh wow, you're going to keep going with this? Like, it's just leave him alone.
How do you play that pressure behind you, mate? I had 30 possessions at 3/4 time. Yeah, more than that. I think he had 33 at 3/4 time.
Yeah.
His last quarter was non-existent.
Yeah.
He was dead on his feet at 3/4 time with the amount of. I would love to know how many Ks he ran because he is. Did you see he took the ball? Everyone looks like they've stopped moving when he runs.
Yeah.
He's insane. He's insanely quick. He's so talented. Holy shit. I really hope Port don't get him. I really hope they don't get him. No,
I don't think they can, mate. They've literally got to give up the kitchen sink this time.
Yeah, they don't have it.
Yeah.
There's no handouts for future from here.
No. Gabatoir.
We're off to the Gabatoir. Brisbane versus Sydney.
Lions, easy.
Yeah. Even with Brodie Grundy and arguably career best form, Brisbane for me. Carlton versus Gold Coast at Marble.
Suns for mine. Carlton coming back from Perth. Hard slog. Not going to happen.
I'm going to go Carlton.
Oh, that's silly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to O'Farrell, though. Just did his ACL. He was number 22. He's tall defender, looked the goods, and has bloody done his knee, which is a real shame. Now, Saturday night game, absolute blockbuster. Port Power versus the Fremantle Dockers at Adelaide Oval. Freo get it done, surely. Porter on their last legs.
And they've lost Burgoyne too now. So is
Twiggy
anyone going to show up in the last round to say goodbye to Hinkley?
They pretty much have Butters and Georgiadis, and that's about it at the moment.
About it. Yeah.
They'll pinch one before the year's out.
Well, what have they got left? Obviously, Freo this week.
They got Freo.
Yep.
Carlton.
Oh, yeah, they'll probably be Carlton.
Oh, there's a gimme. There's a gimme.
Yeah.
And then they got the Suns. Mate, they might lose the next 3 games and buy 90 points.
Yeah, and then they'll hand their first pick over to who? Gold Coast.
Gold Coast.
Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Oh, now I did have a look because you said about Carlton's first round pick has gone to Hawthorn.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they swapped picks with Hawthorn last year to get Jagger Smith. So I'm not upset about that. Now Sunday, although it's going to hurt this year when they're super shit and they give up a really high first round pick to Hawthorn. Yeah, but Jagger Smith did his knee this year, which is a bit of a shame, but he'll be back next year, and hopefully he's going to be a good player for a long time. Now, Sunday games, Giants versus North Melbourne. Geez, the Giants need a win.
Yep, they win.
Yep, comfortably.
Melbourne versus the Bulldogs. Geez, the Bulldogs run the train on Melbourne, aren't they?
Yep.
And then, all right, so let's have a quick chat about our game. How many changes are we making?
This can go either way.
Yeah.
You can give
resting text.
You can give everyone a rest, and then you don't want to make too many wholesale changes.
You don't want to overcook it.
No.
Tex needs to stay home, so
yep.
I think Burgess gets a run this week. I think just for the fuck of it. I think you almost need to make a statement to the AFL that we are willing to rest players this week.
So I think on the news night, Lady's probably the most likely to come back in.
That's okay.
It'd be a good opportunity though. Anyone with even the hint of a niggle, let's get them cherry ripe for the Collingwood game the following week, which is a Saturday night, gentlemen.
You don't want to be managing anyone for that North game because then it's just you're not playing footy.
No, you're full tilt against North.
Yep. So Pies and North Melbourne, you want to go your strong team.
Yeah.
But
so this is it.
I don't care how much we win by against West Coast. If it's a 3 or 4 goal win, I'm happy with that as long as there's no injuries. I'm very happy for a bruise-free. Let's just get the 4 points and get the fuck out of Dodge this week without getting anyone hurt. So anyone with the hint of a niggle, you drop them. You rotate some people through from the SNFL. It might be an opportunity to give the likes of Cook another. Maybe Cook doesn't get dropped. Maybe give him a full game. Maybe Chase Jones gets a game. Maybe you play Lady as the sub. Yeah, maybe give Draper another go.
Yeah.
Give a few people maybe an opportunity because sadly for West Coast, their teams, they're so young and inexperienced and pretty depleted as well. So you just want to get in and get the 4 points and get out of there. So all being well, without seeing the team guys, because we're doing this on a bit early this week on a Monday night. What's the margin? What are you going to back us in for?
I'm going to go 6+.
6 goals. Yeah, I'm thinking like 44.
I'm happy with 7 goals.
Yep. So we're all around.
Get it done. Yeah. Get off the plane.
It doesn't matter. Just the 4 points is the critical thing. Just get the job done, come home, and we'll deal with what we'll deal with Collingwood next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sold out already.
Really?
Sold out.
Oh, wow. Big game. Huge game. Probably the biggest game in our season since 2017. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, probably is.
All right. Well, gentlemen, I think we probably said all that needs to be said. Get around us on the socials.
Mm-hmm.
So TikTok and Instas and all that sort of stuff. Make sure you get your votes in, Dylan, for the immunity medal.
No, I will do that.
You're the only one getting plural votes in here.
Well, I explain my reasoning. I'm standing firm. I'm going to die on that hill. Yeah, all right. Well, let's get that infection spreading. We're off to Optus Oval this week, and Optus Stadium, and let's go get the 4 points. So, Harry, take us out.
Well, good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
All right.